During this visit, President Arif Alvi, as we understand, is also going to be meeting President Xi Jinping. And also on the agenda are certain MOUs that they might be signing. Can you shed some light onto this?
Okay, what I can say right now is that obviously some of the pressing issues that both countries are trying to address, as Mustafa rightly mentioned, as you rightly pointed out, are the coronavirus, the immediate pressing cooperation that we need, and obviously the local infestation. Because as we all know, that China-Pakistan Economic Corridor has transitioned from a phase 1 to a phase 2, where agriculture cooperation and special economic zones and business interests, I mean, all of these are areas of mutual interest. So I think the first priority during this visit is also to fine-tune and really, figure out the final shape of the cooperation for these two pressing concerns, but then also to further enhance the phase 2, which would mean how can Pakistan increase the demand of its exports in the Chinese market, and also how can Pakistan attract businesses more effectively. So these are definitely the priority areas that both sides have already identified. And I would also like to add, I mean, we just had a very interesting conversation, Mustafa. Whatever Mustafa said about this blame game, I couldn't agree more. But I also want to add that, interestingly, the kind of criticism coming towards China with respect to the coronavirus, I mean, this is a country seeing hundreds of people dying on a daily basis, and the racism that came out of it also played a role in uniting the Chinese people. It really did strengthen them a bit that, we need to stick together at this crisis period. And I think it says a lot about the Chinese mindset that after having gone through this difficult period, they're happy, not just happy, but keen to support and help all the countries. Some of them that were previously very critical of China's own policies, which turned out to be successful. The Chinese people and the Chinese government are both trying their best to help all of the countries, including the United States, including countries in the European Union, including countries in other parts of Asia and Africa. They're doing everything that they can to help and support. And that said, I mean, we still haven't solved the problem completely here. So I think this is something that we should learn immensely from. The virus, I mean, the American president saying that the virus is a Chinese virus is something that definitely can hurt the bigger agenda, the bigger purpose, that humanity definitely needs to unite against the virus with no ideology. It is serving, in a sense, it's serving to unite us. So I really hope that the world can see through the kind of biases that seem to trend and that seem to, disunite and divide people, and we realize that we have bigger issues. After the virus, we have the environment, we have security concerns, we have the refugee crisis we are all facing collectively. So this experience, I hope, as tragic as it is, it can help us think and empathize with each other.